Strap in for a wild ride through Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the fourth book in the series, where things get darker, the plot gets thicker, and the only thing that stays constant is the absurdity of it all. This is the book where Harry stops being a regular teenage wizard and starts being the magical equivalent of a reality TV star. So grab your wands and sarcasm, because we're diving headfirst into the chaos. We start again with Harry Potter stuck at the Dursleys' house, which is as joyful as a tax audit. This time, he's saved from the monotony by the Weasleys, who arrive via Floo powder. For the uninitiated, this means they travel through fireplaces, which is just as ridiculous as it sounds. The Dursleys' living room gets turned into an ashtray as Fred and George, the Weasley twins, cause mayhem. These two are like the magical version of anarchist pranksters, always ready to blow something up or turn it into a joke shop experiment gone wrong. Harry joins the Weasleys for the Quidditch World Cup, a magical sporting event that's like the Super Bowl on steroids. They travel there via a portkey, which is basically an old boot that transports them to the stadium. Because why not? Upon arrival, they experience the magical equivalent of tailgating, enchanted tents, flying brooms, and the occasional dragon sighting. The game itself is a blur of broomsticks, bludgers, and people acting like their lives depend on catching a flying golden walnut. The fun is cut short by a bunch of Death Eaters, Voldemort's fan club, who show up and start causing chaos. They're like the drunken hooligans of the wizarding world, setting things on fire and causing panic. Amidst the chaos, someone sends up the Dark Mark, Voldemort's calling card, which is essentially an "I was here" tag in the sky. Harry and his friends barely escape with their lives, and it's clear that this school year is going to be anything but normal. Back at Hogwarts, Dumbledore announces that the Triwizard Tournament will be held at the school. This is a centuries-old magical competition that's so dangerous, it was discontinued because of a high mortality rate. But it's back now, and what could possibly go wrong? 3 schools will compete: Hogwarts, Beauxbatons, and Durmstrang. Each school will have a champion chosen by the Goblet of Fire, a magical cup that spits out names like a rigged slot machine. Enter our new defense against the dark arts teacher, Alastair Mad-Eye Moody, who looks like he just walked off the set of a post-apocalyptic movie. He's got a magical eyeball that swivels around independently, a peg leg, and a personality that's equal parts paranoia and gruffness. His teaching methods are less classroom lecture and more combat training, and he's here to prepare the kids for a world that's increasingly going to the dogs. The Goblet of Fire spits out the names of the champions: Victor Crumb, the brooding Quidditch star from Durmstrang; Fleur Delacour, the Partvilla from Beauxbatons, who is all the personality of a porcelain doll; Cedric Diggory, Hogwarts' golden boy. Surprise! Harry Potter. Despite being underage and not entering his name, Harry gets thrown into the mix because, apparently, the goblet has a sick sense of humor. The Triwizard Tournament consists of 3 deadly tasks designed to test courage, skill, and sheer luck. The first task is to steal a golden egg from a dragon, which sounds about as safe as juggling chainsaws. Harry, with his usual wing it and hope for the best strategy, summons his broom and outflies the dragon, winning the task and earning a bunch of scars and bragging rights. The second task involves rescuing something valuable from the depths of the Black Lake, which turns out to be a loved one. It's essentially a magical version of underwater capture the flag. Harry ends up saving not just his hostage, Ron, but also Fleur's sister, because he's got a hero complex the size of Hogwarts. This earns him extra points for moral fiber, which is wizard speak for good guy who makes dumb choices. Between tasks, there's the Yule Ball, a dance that's supposed to foster inter-school camaraderie, but mostly serves to highlight teenage awkwardness. Harry ends up going with Parvati Patil, while Ron sulks because Hermione's gone with Victor Crumb. The whole event is a hormonal mess of bad dance moves, worse outfits, and enough teenage angst to power a soap opera. The final task is a maze filled with magical creatures and obstacles, which is less fun puzzle and more death trap. Harry and Cedric reach the Triwizard Cup together, deciding to take it at the same time. Surprise! The cup is a portkey, and they're transported to a creepy graveyard where Voldemort and his cronies are waiting. Cedric gets offed because he's a spare part in this plot, and Voldemort uses Harry's blood to regain his full body. Harry escapes, but not before a duel with Voldemort that's more pyrotechnics show than actual fight. Back at Hogwarts, Harry's story is met with disbelief. The Ministry of Magic, led by Cornelius Fudge, is in full denial mode, because nothing says effective government like ignoring a rising Dark Lord. Dumbledore believes Harry, and it's clear that the wizarding world is on the brink of war. And there you have it, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, a year where everything goes from bad to worse, with a side of teenage drama and magical absurdity.